Welcome to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. My name is Doug, and today we're going to work on a backyard and patio refresh just in time for spring and summer. Stay tuned. Okay, so welcome back. It is a beautiful day today in North Texas. It's cool and sunny, and it's a perfect day to do some planting and also fix up the patio. Now, over the winter, we just kind of we don't do too much. I always clean the patio basically almost like every day because of the dogs. But, the cushions got old. Some of them were a little torn and weathered, and so it was time for some new cushions. So I went to Lowe's and I got some beautiful new cushions that I want to show you, and then also talk about things that you might want to do if you have a patio and how to spruce it up some. So I'm going to show you that, and also we're going to plant some flowers. So let's get planting. Okay, so first let's look at the new cushions. So I love these cushions. They're kind of like a tan color. And the throw pillows we had these for a few years now, and I just keep them. They got a little faded, but not too bad. They're still holding up some, and I just love how they look. Kind of reminds me of maybe a Renoir painting or a Monet painting. But the cushions, of course, are neutral, and I got it for the chair over here. I think it looks great, and then the ottoman has a cushion too. Now, this furniture is getting a little old. We had it for, gosh, ever since we moved in the house, so it's going on like, oh my gosh, so about 14 years now. But it's still holding up, a little weathered here and there, but I plan on like maybe painting it, trying to fix it. I don't know if I'll do that this summer or later on, but what you can do, just make sure everything is clean. I usually keep a broom in the side and constantly sweeping the patio, cleaning the tables. This is a glass table. And then, of course, I clean the windows. It's important to keep your windows clean. And I love this little kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, shelf. I keep a lot of things on here. Of course, my watering cans. I have a pot with the flower. I just planted those flowers. I think it looks cute with the little, the little bulldog hanging on. And then we have a mailbox here for the gardeners. And then I keep a lot of my just a little gardening equipment here, gloves and things like that, trash bag. I don't keep this here all the time. I just basically here for today because I'm planting some flowers today. And let's take a look at some of those flowers. So really quick, looking at the backyard, everything held up pretty well over the winter. You can see the trees back there are starting to bloom. And then, of course, we have our Italian cypress trees that are still doing well, knock on wood. And our pool is doing well. And I just planted some flowers in those pots there. So we decided to put rocks over there around the pool because it was too hard with the lawnmower, and we didn't want grass there really because of the pool. And so we did, this was last year actually, I think it was last year, we put those rocks there, and we just like it. It's low maintenance. Once in a while we get some weeds, but that's when you use your weed killer spray. But it's not bad because there's landscaping fabric underneath it. And as you can see, there's little hoses coming out of it because that's from the sprinkler system, and that's connected to the pots. So those every time the sprinkler goes on and it reaches that zone, then those flowers will get watered. So that's awesome. And then we have our lounge here. Now this table is a project that I want to do. I want to paint that project. If you could see the bench back there, we did the bench and it held up really nicely. We actually did it back in late summer of last year, and it's been holding up really nicely. So we want to do the same thing to that table. And planted some flowers here. Looks really pretty. And that bush is doing well. These bushes off the patio. And I planted these flowers. Now what I plan on doing is actually moving this over here and putting the chimenea over here. So I got a really large stone today at Lowe's. It's 24 by 24. And I'm going to put that down so this way the chimenea could be on top of it. And it's almost like there's a backyard fireplace next to the table over here. And of course, I got new cushions here. I did clean all the furniture. You want to make sure that you wipe down and clean all your furniture after the winter. Make sure everything's nice and clean. And I put down some new cushions. These black cushions we already had for outdoors, but I think it looks nice on the chair. And I planted these flowers over here. And I got one more pot to do, which I got some more flowers today at Lowe's. And the mulch is new. We put it down about 2 weeks ago, I guess it was. But there's some leaves and stuff on it already. We probably should have waited just a little bit, but we were in a hurry. We wanted to make sure that the mulch got put down and it looks nice. And we did it in the front too. And so, yeah, so keeping your patio nice and clean is super important. This bush is doing well. I'm hoping it gets really large to fill up this area. And we have some stepping stones in there. But I think the patio is looking really good. This bush is looking really good. I want it to get taller. I'll probably trim it just a little bit, but I want it to get a lot taller than that. And then this is the backyard. So I'm going to plant a couple more flowers. And of course, you always want to clean your patio. I clean it every day, but like I said, because of the dogs. But I'm thinking it looks really pretty good. And I do love the fence with the stone wall at the bottom. Yeah, great privacy. That fence back here is 8-foot board on board. And this is around 10-foot board on board. So lots of a nice privacy in the backyard. And it's just always very quiet, and the mornings are the best. Gosh, when the sun rises, it's so pretty and peaceful. So I'm going to move that chimenea, put it over here, move those flowers over here by the door, and have a little bit more work to do. Okay, so let's talk about some things to help clean your patio. What I do, I basically sometimes I use Pine Sol, sometimes I use Fabuloso, and I just kind of mix it with some water and use it to clean the patio. My dogs have a habit of using the patio instead of the grass, so I have to always keep it clean, and I usually clean it about 3 times a day. Basically, I clean it once with the Fabuloso or the Pine Sol, but I usually spray it down with a hose, and that's usually about 2-3 times a day. And as far as your backyard goes, yeah, you want to definitely keep your lawn. We don't have a big lawn in the back. It's a very small area because of the pool. And so, but we keep that nice and trim. Your bushes you want to keep nice and trim. And also the mulch is super important. So our garden beds really consist of pots. I like the idea of using pots instead of just growing it in the ground, because I feel like you get a lot more weeds that way when you plant flowers in the ground, and it just keeps it a lot nicer. So the flowers in pots, most of them, if not all, and I just like keeping them that way, and I think it looks really pretty. And then just having the black mulch as the base, and I love the way it looks. I just think it keeps it nice and clean and really pretty. And then of course, like I stated earlier, it's important that you clean all your furniture. I use, once again, Pine Sol or Fabuloso, and I just kind of wipe everything down after the winter, clean the umbrella. Everything's nice and clean on the patio for spring and summer. And yeah, I love the new cushions, and I think everything looks really, really nice. And so I got a couple more plants to go. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. Hopefully you enjoyed our video over a patio refresh and backyard refresh. We didn't do too much in the backyard, but mostly the patio and the surrounding areas. Anyway, I think everything looks great and we are so ready for spring and ready for summer and to jump in that pool. Thank you once again for joining us today. And as I always say, if you want that homey vibe, you need to subscribe and please give this video a like. Until next time, my friends, happy, healthy living. Bye-bye.